The person who actually got the Nobel Prize called me and said, I'm accepting this in honor of you because you really deserved it. That a very nice thing to do. I didn't say then give it to me though. I could have said, I think she might have. She was very nice, and I've been helping her along the way. They need a lot of help in Venezuela. It's a basic disaster. So, and you could also say it was given out for 24, and I was running for office in 24. All of the transactions that we did in terms of closing, but there are those that say we did so much that they should have done it, but I don't take. I'm happy because I saved millions of lives, many millions of lives. The person who.
Good morning, Owasso. This is the Twins with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. That is awesome. I mean, again, Donald Trump being very humble in that speech, which is uncharacteristic of the man. But the Venezuelan president, wow, hats off to her. Like, getting that award and then being no, this is Donald Trump's award. I accepting it on his behalf. So that's pretty sweet. And again, it's like what we told you. We did our video last Friday, and of course, this happened right after that. After we had posted, and it's like, of course, like something like this would happen. It's like, sorry, Nobel Peace Prize goes to somebody else, yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So again, in these limp-wristed. Here's the point. Here's the fact of the matter is. The Nobel Peace Prize is meaningless. It's been meaningless since they gave it to Barack Obama for doing nothing. Again, Donald Trump was talking about how he really didn't deserve it because he was running. Like, this is the 2024 Nobel Peace Prize, and the stuff he's doing is for 2025. And Barack Obama was given the Nobel Peace Prize before he even entered office for policies he didn't even put into place. And again, nothing. I mean, what was Barack Obama's tenure? Like, everyone pretends that Barack Obama had. I mean. He bombed American citizens in Yemen. Mm-hmm. Barack Obama droned more people than any other president in history. That's crazy. It's like, yeah, hey, you know what? It's like liberals. It's like, yeah, bombing people with drones is a good thing when liberals do it, when Barack Obama does it. But whenever Trump goes, I'm going to bomb the crap out of them, and then all the Islamic countries come to the negotiating table going, okay, hey, we heard that you weren't messing around. Obama was say one thing, do another, say the thing that makes him look good on camera, and then do shady stuff in the background. And then Donald Trump is, I'm going to be aggressive on camera, but then do deals that solve problems.
Yeah.
So again, but this is meaningless. Greta Thunberg has a...
No, she was nominated. She never won. But yeah, she was nominated in 2019, which shows you how
meaningless this Nobel Peace Prize actually is. Again, if Barack Obama got it for nothing, then what is the purpose of this award?
Which I was researching into this lady, and she has done a lot of work since the 80s for Venezuela, trying to keep democracy alive, but democracy failed in Venezuela. So, you could argue that, yeah, she's always fought for democracy, but democracy failed in Venezuela, and Maduro being the president right now proves it.
Yeah, he's pretty
democracy died in Venezuela.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what she won it for, because she's really fighting hard to make sure democracy doesn't die, but it did die in Venezuela.
Yeah.
Maduro is a dictator.
Yeah.
So, I guess,
Not if you take their word for it, though. He goes, I'm not the dictator. Trust me. I just threw out any other countries.
I just took over oil companies run by America and put all our people in, and now we're a failing nation.
Now, yeah, we don't have any oil at all, somehow.
Mm-hmm. Because you put bureaucrats in charge of an industry they don't understand, and imagine that. They
Crap
suck
falls
at
apart.
it. Yeah. Who would have guessed? But I have the article pulled up here from CNN. Trump speaks with Nobel Peace Prize winner Machado after his administration denounced the decision to award it to her. U.S. President Donald Trump spoke on Friday with the Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Corina Machado after the administration denounced the committee awarding it in her honor. The Trump has made no secret desire to win the prize. A growing number of world leaders have said that he should win the award. Those calls increased as his Gaza peace plan gained momentum in recent days. However, the nomination window closes at the end of January for the year, according to the awards website. So, hence what he was talking about right there. This is for 2024. All this happened in 2025 when he officially took office. So, on Friday, the Nobel Committee announced that the 2025 accolade would go to Machado for promoting democratic rights in Venezuela for her struggle to achieve just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. Machado said in an interview in the Spanish newspaper El País that she had spoken with the U.S. president but declined to offer details about their conversation. The opposition leader, as she has in her post accepted the award, expressed gratitude to Trump, which I think that's great. But again, like everything that this woman does, which I said, don't get me wrong, I think that fighting for democracy and for freedom and, freedom of speech, whatever, is great, but is localized in Venezuela.
Yeah.
It's all exclusive to Venezuela. Trump has done things on the
global
world
stage.
the global stage. So this lady is doing something noble in her little section of the world, but Trump is doing things globally, as we've just talked about. So, but getting back to it, in remarks Friday evening, Trump confirmed that he spoke with Machado, adding that she was very nice in their calls. This person who actually got the Nobel Peace Prize called me and said that I am accepting this in your honor because you really deserve it. The president said, "That's a very nice thing to do, and I didn't. I didn't say and then give it to me."
You just saw that. We just watched that whole video.
Still, I love it. I love it. He's like, she. And then he says, "She might have. She might have." I've been helping her along the way, Trump added. They needed a lot of help in Venezuela. It's a basic disaster. So just so you know, it was given out in 2024, and I was running for office in 2024. Shortly after the Nobel Peace Prize announcement, the administration reacted negatively. The Nobel Peace Prize Committee proved they placed politics over peace. The White House Communications Director, Stephen Chung, said on a social media post. Machado won the award after years of efforts to promote democracy, has described her life's works as promoting ballots over bullets. She was driven into hiding in Venezuela amid sharp crackdowns on dissent by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Many of the Trump administration had previously praised Machado's work. The administration has also repeatedly denounced Maduro and has deployed substantial military presence in the region to combat narco trafficking, which, again, that's what those boats that are getting bombed on their way into the U.S., those are Venezuelan.
Yeah, I imagine if that was actually bad people, she would have been saying something to Trump.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
If this lady seems to be as noble as she appears to be, then she'd be like, Mr. Trump, you need to stop that. But I don't think she said anything about that. So,
a campaign that has seen many attempts to weaken the potentially driven the Venezuelan leader from power. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is among the group of lawmakers, including the now U.S. ambassador to the UN, Mike Waltz, who nominated Machado for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2024. In the work, policymakers who strive for democracy and human rights and face of dictatorial regimes in the Western Hemisphere and beyond, we have rarely witnessed such... Whoa, what's going on? I hate it when they do those little commercial jump up and downs.
Yeah.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Policymakers, democracy, Western Hemisphere. Where did we go? There we go. Okay. Have rarely witnessed such a selflessness in a military group performing, blah, 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 blah. It's affirmed in our beliefs that Machado's courageous and selfless leadership and unyielding dedication to pursuits in peace and democratic ideals make her the most deserving candidate for the prestigious award, the group of Florida lawmakers wrote. In April, Rubio called for the personification of resilience, tenacity, and patriotism, someone who never backs down from the mission of fighting for free, fair, and democratic Venezuela. Trump himself, before his inauguration in January, said that she was a freedom fighter who must stay safe and alive. So it seems that Trump and their administration have been in support of this lady for quite a while.
yeah.
And, so that's why, she probably felt the need to talk to Trump and say, I dedicate this to you. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, she can give him the award, but it's not like the Nobel Peace Prize Committee awarded it to him.
Yeah, but I
So-
mean, it's still a noble gesture what she
Oh,
did. So
Absolutely.
great stuff. But yeah, no, I mean, why don't we jump into the memes and stuff
Absolutely.
that you got
That's
pulled
pretty
up?
much it. All right. Let's see here. And with all the peace deals that he is trying to negotiate right now, from Putin to Venezuela, I mean, everywhere. I mean, talk about everywhere. This guy is got his hands in everything, and he's helping everyone. So, anyway, we'll get to, this right here. I mean, we always bring this one back, but here's Marco Rubio getting the moment that he hands it over to, gives the information to Donald Trump. I mean, look, this was just Friday that we were talking about
Yeah.
this.
They're smart, but they're not smart enough. Oh, my microphone's broken. They're smart, but they're not smart enough. They have been covered by these liberal cities for so many years. And that's why we're all working with Treasury, with all these different departments, to find the criminal conspiracy.
Okay. I'm just giving.
Mr. President,
just giving
Mr. President.
Secretary of
Vultures,
State
man,
saying that we're
vultures.
very close to a deal in the Middle East, and they're going to need me pretty quickly. So I will take a couple of more questions.
I just like to point out, it's like, just looking at this right here, is like, look, he silences that room just by raising his finger. Like, just like the power. Like,
It's like those old Bugs Bunny cartoons where he's like pretending to be like Beethoven, everyone's clapping, he's like, and then everyone's,
complete silence in
Yeah.
the room. Yeah, I love
or
it.
like SpongeBob whenever he's doing the mopping the stage meme, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah!
Yeah.
And whenever Squidward comes out, it's like,
Boo.
crickets.
Mhm. All right. Well, we'll get to the memes now. So, again, from Jack Posobiec, breaking. Nobel Peace Prize winner Maria Correa Machado dedicates her award to Donald Trump, which, of course, she won the Nobel Peace Prize. Then we get to these. They snubbed him, but the real, like I said, the real thanks is the people that in lives that he's saving right now. So, you know, it's a good
correct.
thing he's focusing on that. So, and we all are.
Yeah.
So.
Again, that Nobel Peace Prize means nothing. It means nothing. Barack Obama has one. Greta Thunberg was nominated for one. It doesn't mean a dang thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Next we have here, of course, is this one. We've showed this one before too. But Gaza peace deal announced in major victory for the Trump administration. Please work. And of course, all the liberals like, please fail. We've been cheering on these people for years. What are we going to do if they make peace?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So crazy. Absolutely crazy. But all this other stuff that we're going to talk about, we're trying to get into because you and me have been talking about this for a while. It's like trying to get into the headspace of what we consider the average liberal or the average Democrat now.
Yeah.
Because the moderate Democrat or the moderate political person is a Republican now. Is considered far right by these left-wing people who have taken over the Democratic Party. So would you like to see this lady right here, I think, is an apt representation of what the Democratic Party has turned into and what they believe.
Yeah. Check it out.
Extremists are into that gender binary, which is very oppressive.
So I'm just going to, just really fast, I'm not a right-wing extremist. I'm actually a United
you
States.
have American flag on your shirt.
I'm a United States Air Force.
Okay, pausing it right there. Having an American flag on your shirt or wearing an American flag makes you a right-winger. So again, the left does not want to be associated with the American flag, which should scare you. So that's one.
Force veteran. My parents are legal immigrants from the Middle East. I don't give into the right wing. I'm not right wing just because I don't give into that. Like for instance, first of
Well,
all,
do you believe there are two genders?
yes, I believe
Well,
there's
then you're a right-wing extremist.
Okay, only believing in two genders makes you a far-right extremist.
Basically, all your grandparents and all of your boomer parents are right-wing extremists now. No matter how they voted their entire life, they're right-wing extremists.
So that's two.
that has nothing to do with being right wing. There's men and women. If some people have gender
Are you
dysphoria,
did you wear a mask during the pandemic?
I definitely did not wear a
Well,
mask.
then you are a right-wing extremist.
This
She
lady
didn't wear a mask during the pandemic the whole time, and she's still wearing a mask. Get this. You're a right-wing extremist. So if you don't follow the leftist rules to the letter, this is what we talk about. The left, if you do not follow every little edict that the left puts
every
out.
dogmatic rule. But I mean, look at this. This woman's not even that young. Like
No.
she's just got to be mentally unwell because this is. I mean, like you said, you're right. This is like an average little. But this lady's like, I would say she's close to boomer age. She's probably in her mid 30s, maybe pushing 40. There's no way. I mean, like, how could she have been? She couldn't have been indoctrinated. Like, I mean, she would have to been. And 10 years ago, she didn't believe any of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way.
But this goes to show you, this is the media that we're talking about. Like, the media has driven these people crazy.
Insane.
Crazy. Like I said, COVID literally has shown us who the crazy people are. If you're that person who was masked in your car by yourself, you're this crazy person who will believe anything that the news media tells you.
Yeah. Again, like people in other cultures that wear masks, it's because they feel sick.
Yeah.
They don't want to get you sick, so they're wearing a mask so they're not coughing germs onto you. It's the opposite with everyone else. It's like these people are wearing masks because they're afraid to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's, again, other cultures, they're wearing the mask because they go, oh, I have the cold. I don't want you to be breathing. I don't want to sneeze and you get that, bad cold air that I'm sneezing out onto you.
Exactly. That's the point. It's like sick. It was when you go to the hospital and you see someone wearing a mask, is because they were either coughing or sick and they didn't want to spread it to you. It's the opposite now. Opposite is everyone else has to wear it. The sick person can just be roam free, like looking like the Frankenstein's monster or a zombie walking around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so stupid. But I've got so many more of these trying to get in the headspace. Like, again, this guy right here, this one's great. This is Don Lemon, which this is what CNN should have been doing. I hate that Instagram
Years
doesn't
ago.
listen. Yeah, this is what they should have been doing from the beginning. Is they should have been doing on the street journalism, trying to get people's opinions, like their honest opinions about things. And they were shocked that Trump won the 2016 election. It takes Don Lemon to get fired from CNN to finally start doing this, which he probably sees as a backtrack in his career.
Of course, it has to be. I mean, like, would you rather sit in a studio and walk in and get makeuped up by somebody, or would you rather be walking around the street with your probably husband or boyfriend just filming, like that? I mean, this is a downgrade, man. Like, I mean, would you rather sitting in a studio in front of a camera and being able to talk to the big wigs? That's what journalism was,
Yeah. Exactly. So every journalist, or that's the thing, is like every single news anchor is fighting to get into the studio gig so they don't have to go do on the street journalism anymore. Mm-hmm. So we'll check this out.
If Donald Trump can hear this, you tell Donald Trump that everybody in Baltimore and as black people, we don't hate him.
Nobody's favorite, Don Lemon, asked the citizens of Baltimore if they'd like to see President Trump send National Guard troops to help reclaim their city from crime, and I believe he got more than he bargained for.
Should the president send armed troops here?
Yeah, I think it would be a good deal.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. What about you, sir? President send armed troops here?
Yes.
You think so? Thank you very much. The president sent armed troops here to Baltimore?
Yeah, because I'm a troop.
The president wants to send troops to Maryland, to Baltimore. What do you think?
I mean, I think it would help. My husband was murdered 2 years ago.
Oh.
And nothing was ever done.
Murder where? At home?
Mm-hmm, right out in front of our house.
Sorry.
It was a carjacking gone wrong, and they shot him in his head. Killed him instantly, so. But again, our lovely mayor didn't do nothing.
Did they ever find the perpetrator?
Nope.
So you want to see it?
Yes, I want justice.
You want justice, and you would like to see the troops here in the National Guard?
Yes.
It's getting out of hand, man. All these killings all the time. The murder rates going higher and higher. Like, send the troops to straighten everything out. You know what I mean? And then, make Baltimore great again.
So you're in favor of sending armed troops here?
Make Baltimore great again.
I mean, if that's what y'all need to do, go for it. It's like survival of the fitness around here.
I think it'll be a good idea.
Why so?
Maybe we can clean up some of these crime-ridden neighborhoods.
Yeah. Is the crime bad?
Very bad. Atrocious.
I hear a common theme from people saying the kids, it's kids. Do you?
So it's at home. The kids of today. You remember the kids of yesterday when you couldn't get on the back of the bus? The kids of the day would have burned the buses up and flipped them over.
Yeah. So escalation, because like I said, again, it's what they say. It's like everything that we say. It's everything that conservatives say. It's like it starts at the home. If you don't have a good home life, you don't have a good two-parent household where both parents love you, love each other, love you, they're not going to raise you right.
Yeah.
Period. That's what they just said right there. They didn't go that in-depth in it because it starts at home. Well, if you don't have a good home life, if you only have like one parent that doesn't give a crap about you, whatever, you're going to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And as we've seen, that the laws aren't enforced. Like it's a slap on the wrist. Get out of here. Cash free bail. Whatever.
Shocker. Law-abiding citizens want troops to again. And the troops aren't going there to do police work. The troops are going there to guard and stand posts and work. high crime areas, just stand by in high crime areas to deter people from doing things, which frees the police to go out and prosecute crimes and catch perps and do actual police work.
Because if there's a big protest, again, like what's going on at these ICE facilities, the government officials and the extra police there have to be there for security. If the National Guard is posted at those buildings and covering security there,
police officers are around the city doing their jobs, policing crime.
It frees up more officers to go do work, to get out there on the streets and do work.
Yeah, that's why every time there's a pride parade or every time there's a pro-Palestine parade, it basically is pulling police officers from doing useful things, and instead they have to guard and watch these people who are doing retarded parades.
Yeah, absolutely. I said one of the big things is like, I hate to use this as an example, but like it happens because the malls. I'm just going to say the mall, but the mall hires police. Now, usually they're off duty, but they come in uniform. But they hire police officers to guard the mall because to do what? Stop people from shoplifting and stealing. Because a police officer walking around the mall scares people more than an old, fat, lazy security guard. And that's the point. Is like if it's a deterrent. It has always been a deterrent. And guess what? The police officer doesn't bother you. If you're not doing anything wrong, the police officer doesn't bother you. It's the same with the National Guard and the ICE officers walking around Chicago and anywhere else. If you're not doing anything wrong, they're leaving you alone. You're perfectly fine to do whatever you want until you become a problem for them or for the rest of the town, for society.
I mean, going back to the main point here, the people that live in these places want their community to be a better place, and they want the Guard to be deployed there so their communities will be safer. Period. That's all they want. And Democrats would have you believe that, fascist Donald Trump deploying the Guard.
Well, they say they're the ICE and Trump's bringing these people in to arrest all the people of color. Look at this. There were only 2 or 3 white people that were interviewed in this entire segment. Everybody else has been black. And they're like, yeah, bring them in.
And it's outrage on behalf of other people. Again, this is the whole Martha. You remember the Martha's Vineyard thing? It's like everyone else is going, Texas people are monsters for not allowing the immigrants to just come in freely. Send the illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard. We can't handle this. We don't have the infrastructure for it. Again, and everyone else is looking in on Baltimore and like going, hey, Trump's a fascist for going to deploy troops there. And everyone in Baltimore is like, no, please send them. I mean, look at that. Like, Don Lemon was not expecting this reaction. Don Lemon didn't want this reaction.
Yeah.
These people are telling him how it is, not how he wants it to be. And that's beautiful.
Which this brings me to this next one right here, is I just think this one's great. It sums up like how Democrats operate. So check this out. It's a great comic. He calls it the Karen comic.
You do not fit in here. Okay, we'll make our own place. Why are you excluding us? Oh no, you do not fit in here. Man, you just learned this is the Karen industrial complex. You've just learned and figured out the entire thing. You do not.
Yep. Like, oh, try to fit in. You're trying to gentrify us. We don't like this. Said try to leave. White flight or whatever, whatever it says, Christian flight, what do you want to call it? But then like, you're excluding us. How come you're so prosperous? Because,
we went off and made our own little community.
Yeah, because let's see, we care about our own community and you care about what happens in your community. So the more detached you are from your community, the worse it's going to be.
Yep.
All right. Let's get to our next one here. And again, we talk about how we're trying to get inside the liberal headspace, the liberal mind. So this next one I think is absolutely great. This guy, I don't even have to say anything. This guy sums it up perfectly.
It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. Democrats do not know the Constitution. Just watch this video.
Do you know what else is not in the Constitution?
Real quick, she's a doctor. Continue.
Do you know what else is not in the Constitution? Your right to vote. Your right.
Voting, and voting. Remember, she's a doctor.
Your right to marry.
Marriage. She's a doctor.
Right to privacy.
Privacy, but she's a doctor.
Your right to a fair trial by your peers.
Fair trial. This is a fucking doctor.
There is also no mention of women or any women's rights in the Constitution. I'm not saying that the Constitution is not important, but it is outdated.
You have never read it. And you're a fucking doctor.
Boom.
Yeah. This is what I keep telling everybody. Is like, being college educated does not mean you
You're
are
wise,
smart
yeah.
or you're wise. 100%. Like, that lady is proof of it. Like, I'm a learned doctor. Like, she doesn't know jack about the Constitution. Like, sure, you're a doctor. You know what's in the medical field in your profession or whatever you've
Whatever your
specialized
doctoral field is.
Mhm.
I mean, she could be a teacher doctor. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah. She could just have her doctorate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's what we're at right now is like, stay in your lane. You know, if you're going to talk about something like you know everything, how about you don't look like an idiot? But like I said, but that's the problem. Is like that lady probably has thousands of Instagram followers.
Well, she's a doctor, so
Yeah, and like exactly, but that's the appeal to authority. Like I said, as if someone appealing to authority, you can't be wrong. What if the authority is wrong? You know, I mean, that's the thing. Is like
what
doctors.
if you were in Nazi Germany and the authorities said Jews aren't people?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, getting back to that is just like, even then, it's like, you know, like for years, you know, like the doctoral profession has been the most changed industry probably in the world. Like, quick, bring in the leeches, boys.
Yeah, get the leeches.
Exactly. But and everything too. So something that she's going to be learning is like something that she's done now. 5 years, just 5 to 10 years from now, is like going to be, that's archaic, barbaric. I can't believe we did that to people. You know, like what? There's gonna be some procedure that happens that they're gonna be like, that was barbaric. I can't believe people did that. Which it'll most likely be transgenderism.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, I mean, transgenderism is barbaric.
But again, that's the headspace of the average liberal. That's not in the Constitution. That's not in the Constitution. Actually, it is. Actually, it is. And you don't know because you're an idiot. And you're speaking on these things like you know everything.
Yeah, like you're an authority.
Then this one I think is just great, but, you know, it's fascinating that, you know, no Democrat would have won any election if women weren't given the right to vote.
Yep.
I just find this so fascinating.
Single election since the 19th Amendment was put in place. If women weren't participating in that election, every
Every
election
year.
was conservative. We can say that women should have the right to vote, but then, like, this is what the data says.
Right.
So I'm not saying either way is right because we're not going to repeal the 19th. At the end of the day, again, women think with their emotions more. The thing that people don't realize is that it wasn't just women who couldn't vote before the 19th Amendment was put in place. If you didn't own land, if you didn't pay taxes and contribute to society, you couldn't participate in the election. You couldn't participate in society. You couldn't participate in the decisions that were being made for your country, and that's like the logical thing to do. One of my favorite quotes is from Thomas Jefferson: the best defense against tyranny is a well-informed society. And the reason we're here is obviously because we've created a society, I believe, of weak men and emotional women. I mean, 76% of women voted for the Democratic Party in 2020. 58% of men voted for the Republican Party. Why? Because women tend to base their decisions off of emotions. We've got to be more logical about our decisions. Like, the Democratic Party clearly does not care about women's rights. They clearly do not care about protecting women and the next generation. Every single election.
Interesting.
I
Food
think
for
that's
thought.
true. Yeah, it's food for thought. But like, if you think about it, if we go back to like what's going on in like Europe and the UK right now, is like women felt emotional need to be moms to third world countries or illegal immigrants.
Yeah, they had that one image of that kid that drowned in the water coming overseas, and it's like, oh, if we had just been more tolerant, he wouldn't have drowned. It's like, I don't know, maybe if he hadn't have got on the boat, he wouldn't have drowned, and maybe if his parents hadn't illegally put him on the boat.
But that's the logical decision making made by men. Men go, we're going to exclude these people to protect our women and our children. Whereas women go, we need to include these people to protect them too. And why do you think that why do you think the sexual assault and violent crimes have gone up in Europe over the last 10 years? It's because you're bringing in and importing cultures that don't have the same laws or value women the same way that Western society does.
Societies that are fundamentally incompatible with Western ideals.
Correct. 100% correct. And that's what's going on. So men, I mean, that's the whole point of that whole. How many times a week? How many times do you think about the Roman Empire? Like that question, like
5 or 6 times a week.
Yeah, at least like 3 or 4 times a week, and like that floors women. Like that was a trend that went around. How often, honey? How often do you think about the Roman Empire, the fall of the Roman Empire? He's like, oh, at least like a couple times a week, and they start laughing. Like women start laughing. It's like, because guys think about these things and think of how there's correlations in the past to today.
Mm-hmm.
They said women don't have those thoughts.
Yeah.
That blows men's minds. The fact that, wait, you don't think about these things? Like, they're like, no, because women think more inwardly.
Women think inwardly and short term because they have to provision for themselves and children. Men think grand scheme. It's like, wow, how similar is the Roman Empire to the American Empire right now? This is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And like, I just think about that all the time. It's like the fact that that's how our brains are different. I mean, that the whole thing that they keep trying to convince you that men and women are the same. It's absolutely not. We think two different ways. The male brain and the female brain are completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different. But then there's this next one that I have pulled up right here. Hell hath frozen over. Jake Tapper lays out the truth. Said tensions build as the shutdown rate drags to 8 days, and like he starts calling out the Democrats, like, but you guys said that this is what the Republicans did, you know, like 4 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Democrats in the Senate who are refusing to vote for the clean continuing resolution to fund the government for 7 weeks. I mean, that just as a point of fact, the way that we have always covered shutdowns is that the party that is not voting for the CR, the continuing resolution to fund the government, is the party that is blocking the government funding and is responsible for the shutdown. That's how we did it the last time in 2018, 2019. That's the time we did before that during the Obama administration. I mean, it's your party that is refusing in the Senate that is refusing to vote for the continuing resolution. You're blaming the Republicans for the shutdown.
Just restart.
Yeah, it did. It just restarted.
Yeah. So again, I mean, that's surprising, but I guess Jake Tapper is trying to regain some of his credibility because it's all gone. It's all burnt up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah.
When CNN actually does some journalism.
Yeah. Look, it just shocks us that, you know, it finally takes 2 elections of Donald Trump winning for them to understand that, hey, there's another half of the population that you're completely shutting out and ignoring.
Yeah.
So stupid. This brings me up to this next one, which, again, getting into how liberals were back then to how they've progressed since the early 2000s. So check this out. You'll like this.
Freedom of speech is the most important value we have. Everybody should be able to say what they believe. We need to stop people from speaking because their ideas are dangerous. I will kill people I disagree with and dance on their graves because their words are violence. Freedom.
Yeah.
Very good. That is the left today. The left literally went from free speech to censor speech or no hate speech.
Well, I mean, but if you follow history, though, that's really not how they've been. It's always been free speech for me and not for thee.
Yes.
I mean, again, anytime it's like whenever you remember Ronald Reagan debating those college professors in the 80s, those communist professors, like they were like, please turn off the mic. Please turn off Mr. Reagan's mic so we can have the floor. And he was like, I'm paying for this microphone. And then just destroyed them. Like, I mean, it was awesome. But again, that's how it's always been. Like, they'll feign that they care about free speech. But it's only free speech as far as their political opinions go. The minute you start talking or kind of slapping down their ridiculous talking points, it's like, whoa.
No, well, yeah, it's the rules for radicals approach of there is no truth but power.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say or do whatever you want once you have the power.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's the issue is like conservatives have principles and they use our principles and moral philosophies against us because they have none. But yeah. But that's really about it. We only have a couple of videos to play us out with, and I just thought this one, you were laughing at this one here. It said, who radicalized you? And it's Mr.
Rogers.
Mr. Rogers, man. Mr. Rogers has made us the hateful bigots we are today. If only people would go back to watching him.
And so is mine. Boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady. Everybody's fancy, everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mommies. Only boys can be the daddies. Yes, sir. Everybody's
common knowledge
fancy.
back then, offensive
Everybody's
bigotry
fine.
today.
Your body's fancy, and so is mine.
Oh my God! Show that to a radical liberal feminist.
No,
today.
no, I'll give it right here. Source.
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 Someone tell Mr. Rogers to give me a source. Where's his citation for that?
We need to see his doctorate. I don't think he's a qualified expert on the subject matter.
Someone get that Asian doctor lady to let him know what's up.
Oh my God! But that's the issue today, man. Is like something from that was only 40 years ago. Mr. Rogers was on in the 80s, man.
Yeah.
And now look at it. Look at where we are today.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about all I've got for you today. The show actually went a little longer than we anticipated, but and had some subjects not super related to Trump. But again, that whole Nobel Peace Prize, man, that thing is worthless. It's just a worthless coin created by worthless people to hand out to basically create propaganda for whoever they want to put in power or give bona fides to.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's about all I've got for you today. This is the Twins with Owasso Live. This was the Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. But that is all we've got for you. We'll see you next time. God bless.
See you later, everybody.
You are now, and everybody knows that cat's out of the bag. Cat is out of the bag. It is with overwhelming enthusiasm that I am declaring that anyone who protests or interferes with ICE and their operations is officially gay, big time. With that being said, go ahead and call your dads, tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist, and then, who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines. Maybe decorate a bathroom, who knows? In either case, this is who you are now, and everybody knows that cat's out of the bag. Cat is out of the bag.